Ikaw ba yung nag-order ng arrest ni Garma sa Amerika?
Hindi po. Wala po tayo kapangyarihan doon.
Pero sir, what do we know, sir? Yes. What do we know of Garma's case? Kailan ho siya pinawalan ng komite at may abiso ba siya na mag-abroad siya? At kailangan ba niya magbigay ng abiso sa inyo?
Oh, yung huli kasi aming alam, under siya ng custody ng house. So, ano ba nangyari?
Before nung undas, na-release na namin sila kasi nga they have already tell us all the things that we wanted to know. But of course, with the condition that anytime natawagin po namin sila, ay babalik sila. As a matter of fact, nung huling hearing po, ay bumalik si Leonardo at bumalik po si Garma during that time. But during that time, wala na po kami mga questions sa kanila. At since naka-standby sila during that time, we hope that the former president will come during the last hearing, pero hindi po dumating. Kaya hindi na po namin na-question yung dalawa. Now, yung pong pag-alis nila sa ating pong bansa, hindi na po namin hold dyan. Being kami naman po ay, lang man po kami inquiry in aid of legislation. Basically po, dapat, ayan ay alam din po ng ibang ahensya ng gobyerno natin para nalaman yung pag-alis po ni Colonel Garma.
Pero kung walang instruction from Congress na hindi ka pwedeng umalis mag-abroad, walang ganun coming from the Quad Committee.
Oh, wala pa kayo request of Bureau of Immigration, na watch list?
Wala po kaming advice na ganun because wala naman pong naipapile pa na kaso against her. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes.
So wala kaming ganung advice because we all know that hindi pa naman po siya nakakasuhan. And siguro because we submit to her assurance to us that she will be present anytime na kailanganin namin siya. And as a matter of fact, talagang nagko-communicate pa naman siya through her lawyer, no? At nakakausap namin yung lawyer niya.
Pero anong educated guess nyo, Kong? Bakit siya hinuli sa California? Anong educated guess? Kung wala naman pala tayong pan.
Na-hold na rin siya sa Japan kasi meron yan. I think, hindi ko specific alam kung what's the reason why she was hold doon sa Japan before. But I think it's the same case, no? Baka ito na rin yung involvement niya doon sa EJK, no? Because alam naman natin na yung kaso ng EJK ando na po sa ICC. Most likely baka may involvement diyan yun.
Pero kailangan maglabas yung ICC ng blue notice di ba? Parang wala naman. Kailangan yung ICC maglabas mismo ng blue notice para mangyari yon. Parang wala naman tayong balita na nag-issue ang ICC ng blue notice. So,
most likely, ako ang pagkakaintindi ko dyan, meron kasing, I think merong umiiral na bata sa international community about those countries that are under ng jurisdiction ng ICC. So most likely, since tayo, baka, maingay, most likely tayo ay hindi na member, kaya siguro wala tayong notification from ICC. But I think all those members ng ICC have been notified siguro.
Congressman, related dyan sa Quadcom, bakit po ni-reset yung hearing kung kailan sinabi ni President Duterte na ready na daw siya? In fact, balak daw nga nila ni Sal Panelo na pumunta dyan bukas at tanungin kayo kung bakit na-reset yung hearing.
Baliktad kami ang unang nagpa-reset Sunday pa lamang. Meron na kaming we have already talked about this and we have decided, and then yesterday nag-decide na po kami, then suddenly saka sila nag-release na they will be attending. So the notification to the lawyer of the former president, we notified him, I think, kahapon, and then suddenly naglabasa na yung mga statement nila that they will be attending. I think this is a diversion, and at the same time, well, alam naman natin yung mga taktika na ginagawa po nila And basically, hindi naman po kami magbiblink dyan. Sa katotohanan, marami pa pong hearing to, kaya wag po tayong mag-alala dahil sa November 21, nakaset na po to. Let's make it formal. And at the same time, alam mo, mahirap naman na maniwala din tayo sa sinasabi ng mga people around him unless that they have written us ay official ninonotify po tayo na attend sa atin. Doon lang po tayo maniniwala.
Kung so tuloy na hindi tuloy bukas, tama ba? Tuloy na hindi tuloy ang
yes,
hearing.
hindi po. Kasi matatandaan nyo, di ba, sinabi naman nila na sumulat sila sa amin, sa first letter nila, na-attend sila after undas. Pero hindi naman po sila umattend. At nagkaroon po ng second letter, na excuse letter on the reason why he's not attending anymore.
Pero kung
suddenly, nung nag-release kami ng memo na cancel yung hearing tomorrow, bigla naman silang naglabas sa social media na attend sila.
Pero anong gagawin nyo?
Nakita natin yung intention.
Anong gagawin nyo, Kong? Paano announcement ngayon ni Panelo? Pupunta pa rin sila bukas. At magdadala sila ng mga tao nila.
Babasahin ko yung statement ni Panelo, sir. Kong, basahin ko statement ni Panelo.
Wala namang makakapigil sa kanila sapagkat ito po ay kongreso ng ating pong bansang Pilipinas at ito ay kongreso ng ating mga kababayan. So they are free to go here anytime. Meron po kami session. They can even watch the plenary. Whatever they wanted, they can do.
Will there be, for example, anybody from the committee who will face the former president in case he comes tomorrow? Either to welcome him or to grill him or anything?
Well, kasi wala nang ang nakakalungkot dyan, ang kanilang mga communication through social media. They have to write an official communication with the COMSEC. Alam nyo kung nasabi lang nila na talagang a-attend sila kahit kahapon ng umaga, hanggang tanghali, inaantay po namin ng communication. And then, yun na nga, nag-decide na kami na cancelin na lang. Dahil nga, unang-una, meron din kami mga betting pang pinaprocess. And then, yung communication coming from them na hindi sila makaka-attend. So, we decided to cancel it yesterday. But we have talked about this 2 days ago and even last week already.
Kung, ito pa, dagdag ni Panelo, he will, o Duterte will ask them, I suppose kayo ito, to schedule a marathon hearing of 10 days.
10 days.
10 araw doon na marathon hearing ang hihilingin sa inyo ng dating Pangulo. Kung kailan man yun, papayag pa kayo doon.
Walang problema sa amin. Kami, umaabot kami hanggang 14 or 16 hours, no? At alam naman natin na nobody can stay for 10 days, no? Alam naman natin mga rhetorics na yung sinasabi po nila, hindi naman po yun totoo. But of course, having said that, alam naman din natin yung kalagayan ng ating pong Pangulo na hindi naman po siya bata na at meron na po siyang edad. At we have to consider also his old age. At we will get the proper treatment sa kanya, na uunahin po natin siya. At pag natanong na po natin ang lahat ng tanong, then we will be excusing the former president already.
Palinawin ko lang, Congressman, nag-issue kayo ng memo that you were canceling kahapon pa or nung Saturday? Kailan nyo in-issue yung memo na magka-cancel kayo? Kahapon?
Kahapon po. Nag-issue po kami. I think it was like 5 or 6. I don't know. Basta it was signed by the chairman, no? Yung overall chairman namin.
Natanggap po kaya nila yon? Natanggap po kaya nila?
Yes. Actually, yun yung notification sa kanila, natanggap nila. Natanggap ni Delgra.
So, anong time kaya? Yun, 6 o'clock.
I think parang 6 something. 6 something.
Kasi kagabi din namin nakausap yung yung in-interview namin, nakausap namin din kahapon din.
Sino po?
Walang binanggit na gano'n. And yun na nga sinabi nga sa amin, the president is ready to appear. Let's do it. Yun ang sabi sa amin.
What time was that?
Mga ganyan din mga sinabi ninyo. Late afternoon din. Mga ganon din.
Yan nga ang sinasabi natin, mas maganda talaga opisyal para malaman natin kung sino nagsasabi ng totoo. Because we have a copy of our cancellation ng ating pong hearing. And actually that's beside the point, kung tayo po ay na-notify nila ng much earlier, halimbawa, yesterday morning, or kaya nung much earlier, sigurado magdi-decide kami right away. Ang problem natin, all other resource persons were also already notified. At meron po tayong rules that we have to, na-cancel mo na yan, so you have to notify them 3 days prior to the hearing date. Kaya may procedure po tayo, may rules po tayo. But of course, pwede natin balihin yun. But why we should break all these rules, no? And give a special treatment. Kasi that will set a bad precedent to other resource persons na, bakit gano'n? Yung iba, pwede sa amin, hindi. We don't want to set a bad precedent to everybody.
Special kasi sila, Kong Kaya dapat bigyan nyo ng special treatment. Special sila No?
Hindi nga.
Importante sila Diba? So,
ang problem natin, we will be accused by others na kapag sila pwede, tapos kami hindi. So, we don't want that to happen, no? And this, hindi po to laro that anytime that they wanted to be here without notifying us, especially when we already canceled it prior to their acceptance na a-attend sila. Okay sana kung prior to the signature and to the communication that was delivered to the different resource person. Kaso hindi po after na po to After thought. Kaya mahirap po yan.
Kaya linawin natin, Kong, no? Na nung nag-imbita kayo, na humarap sila ang nagsabi na hindi sila pupunta. Tapos ngayon naman, na sabi nilang pupunta, nauna nyo lang kinancel o pinospone yung hearing. So, parang yun yung flow ng proseso na nangyari. No? Na sinisisi nila kayo na nalaman nyo lang after the fact na pinospone nyo na yung hearing. Na dadalo pala sila.
Correct.
Without any formal notice. Kumbaga, sabi nyo, sa social media lang, TikTok lang.
Nakita ko nga yung kila Secretary Panelo saka kila Mocha ata yun, this morning lang. Wala na, i-deliver na lahat ng mga communication.
Kung naduwag daw kasi kayo dahil pupunta na si Digong dyan no? At naghahamon ng 10 araw.
Susurpresahin daw kasi nila kayo. Yun ang sabi sa amin kahapon. They wanted to surprise you.
Hindi naman to ang basihan ng tapang Ang basihan po dito yung pagsasabi ng, huwag nating ihayaan na ma-divert ang issue. Hindi po tayo nagsusukatan ng tapang dito. Ang sa atin po dito, kaya natin inimbitahan para malaman po natin yung mga tunay na nangyari noong nakalaang panahon ng kanilang panunungkulan. And this is about accountability. And of course, yung giving chance to everybody to speak, especially when your name are being involved in the issue like this.
Ang isa daw paliwanag ng House ay hinahanda nyo pa yung mga tetestigo, yung testimony ng mga tetestigo, kaya na-reset nyo on your own, motu proprio, without knowledge na pupunta sila, di ba? Totoo ba yun? Totoo ba yun, Kong, na yun ang dahilan kung bakit na-reset?
Remember, matagal na namin inimbitahan ng former president. Noong panahon ng Committee on Human Rights, inimbitahan na po natin siya. And we are continuing to invite them to be a part of our hearing. Unfortunately, talagang hindi po sila uma-attend and we are not being notified. We were notified twice na hindi sila attend at hindi na sila a-attend. And then suddenly, when we canceled yung aming hearing precisely because they will not attend anymore, and at the same time, we are continuing our betting with the other resource persons, then suddenly sabihin nila attend sila. And that's absurd, I think kailangan po natin maging wise dito. And maraming diversion dyan, dinadivert tayo sa mga issues like this para sa ganun maging petty yung issue. Hindi natin mapag-usapan yung pinaka heat of the cream, di ba?
Kong, balikan ko lang yung issue ni Garma. Sabi niyo kanina kasi si Garma pinakawalan naman ng committee after she gave the assurance to you that she will be present anytime na kailangan niyo siya to appear in the Quadcom. I'm wondering itong sa pagpunta niya sa US at pag-deport sa kanya, are you still assured of that? Will you have her cited for contempt again or have her detained again just to make sure that she appears in the future, or you will give her the benefit of the doubt?
Well, actually talaga namang to true to her words, no, umapirit siya dito noong last hearing. After the release order. Pareho sila, pati si Leonardo. Pareho silang nag-appear. Yun nga lang, medyo wala na nagtanong sa kanila. So, sign of good faith, no, on their part. And ano yun, kumbaga magandang senyales yun that they are really willing, you know, to be a part of the investigation. But yung kanyang pag-alis, hindi na po namin alam yun. At medyo nagulat din po kami.
Well, kung ang ibig ko sabihin kayo ba at least kayo personally kayo ba nagtitiwala pang mag-a-appear siya sa hinaharap kung ipapatawag niyo siya given na nag-US siya
meron naman po tayong Zoom Pwede natin siyang maimbitahan kahit sa Zoom kung nandun na po siya sa abroad. So, I think that will be sufficient.
So, kumpiyansa pa rin kayo na mag-a-appear siya whether online or in person? Confident pa rin kayo?
Correct.
Congressman, balikan ko lang si former President Duterte. Kasi he testified before the Senate for almost 9 hours noon. Can you give us an idea kung ano pa yung gusto niyo iklaro o uulitin ba yung mga tinanong sa kanya noon ng Quadcom?
But yun na nga isa sa mga reason why sabi niya doon sa letter niya hindi siya attend kasi we prejudge him already doon sa mga testimony niya doon sa Senado about doon sa mga sinabi niya about yung sa creation ng DDS, tapos yung sa para maarmatan mo yung mga suspect and then para magkaroon ng reason ng mga police to kill them. And we cited yung provision ng Republic Act 1991, particularly in Section 6, yung willful killing. So, yung mga superior. So, basically ako doon, mag-inhibit ako doon para at least wag ako ma-accuse na na-prejudge ko siya doon. Ako naman, when I said that statement, knowingly na meron talaga tayong existing na batas about doon. So, kaya natin nasabi yun. But para lang mawala yung agam-agam, so on that point, hindi ako magtatanong about that issue. But with regards doon po sa tinatawag nating yung reward system, no? Yun, malamang matanong ko yung dating Pangulo doon.
Okay.
Reward system.
Well, Kung ako, pahabol lang, there are those kasi who, yung after watching the Senate appearance of the former president, were saying na in a lot of ways, the former president parang almost took control of the hearing. He dominated a major part of the hearing. He got to speak and say whatever he wanted and sometimes would even trade barbs with the senators. I'm wondering how you expect to or how you plan to have the president in your Quadcom. Will you exercise, for example, maximum tolerance, or will you will you go kamay na bakal?
Dagdagan ko na rin yun. Paano kapag nagmura na naman? Paano kapag punong-puno na naman ng PI yung mga statement niya? Anong gagawin niya? Papayagan ba yan?
Sinasabi ko na yun sa mga interview ko before. If ever the president, hindi natin mapipigilan doon sa pagsasabi niya ng mga PI at mga bad words. Ako naman, I'm willing to move for the deletion of those words that hindi po kaayo-aya o kaayo-ayon doon sa ating pong proper decorum para hindi po siya mailagay sa record ng ating pong Kongreso. At kung patuloy na gagawin po yun ng ating pong former president, then I think the Congress or the committee must decide to let the former president go. Kasi we will not be allowing yung continuing maligning the integrity of the committee. Otherwise, kung gagawin natin yon, parang naulit lang yung nangyari sa Senado, and we don't want that to happen in the Quadcom.
Makukontempt kaya siya kung sakasakala? You said you were going to let him go? O hindi na ikaw contempt, paalisin na lang siya. Paalisin na lang siya. You said you will just let him go.
They won't.
I cannot speak for the whole of the Quadcom. Alam naman natin mga legal yan. So ako, ang sa akin lamang po, ay yun yung akin. And I can move anytime for that to be adopted by the Quadcom. But of course, there are how many members do we have, and it will be decided by the whole of the Quadcom. So it's not only me. I'll just be expressing my intention, and rightly to do so is to move for that motion.
Okay. Maraming salamat, Congressman Dan Fernandez, co-chair ng House Quad Committee. Thank you, sir, for joining us this afternoon.
Salamat, Kong Dan.